Have you ever felt, just completely overwhelmed by all the negativity out there? Well, it turns out a poet from 200 years ago might have the perfect fix. We're going to dive into a famous poem by John Keats and see how it offers a surprisingly powerful remedy for our very modern feelings of stress and despair.
It all kicks off with this line, which is one of the most famous in all of English literature. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. Now, a lot of us have probably heard that before, right? But what does it actually mean? What was Keats really trying to get at? Because, let's be real, life isn't always beautiful, not even close. So what good is a pretty flower or a nice poem when things get really tough? That is the question at the heart of this. See, Keats isn't just saying something nice. He's actually offering a solution to a really deep human problem.
But before he gives us the cure, Keats starts with a pretty sharp diagnosis of the human condition. He looks square in the face at all the things that weigh us down, the things that create what he calls our dark spirits.
And believe me, Keats does not pull any punches here. He lists the things that cause us pain, that feeling of utter hopelessness he calls a spite of despondence, the profound sadness we feel when it seems like there just aren't enough good, noble people in the world, or even just plain old gloomy days, and all those corrupt, negative paths we see people heading down. He's looking directly at the darkness, naming it.
This phrase in particular is just so on point. Keats is zeroing in on a very specific kind of ache, that deep disappointment when you look around and see a real lack of kindness, of selflessness, of basic human goodness. And this one captures the other side of that coin perfectly. He's talking about all the toxic, harmful paths people take. The kinds of things that can really make you lose faith and feel surrounded by cynicism. But then, right here, comes the turning point. After listing all of that darkness, Keats says that some shape of beauty moves away the pall. Now, a pall is like a heavy, dark cloth, the kind you drape over a coffin. So what he's saying is that beauty literally lifts this heavy blanket of sadness off of our souls. And this is where we get to Keats's big solution. He's arguing that beauty isn't just some nice distraction. No, it's the active antidote to despair. It's the medicine for our dark spirits. And you can see right here just how perfectly this antidote works. On the left, you've got all the things that cause our suffering. The gloom, the lack of goodness, the negative paths. And on the right, beauty provides a direct counterpunch for every single one. Lasting joy, a feeling of peace, and a real path toward healing. So, at the end of the day, this is the central theme of the whole poem, the enduring, uplifting power of beauty. For Keats, beautiful things aren't just frivolous little luxuries. They're an absolutely vital, healing force that brings us joy that lasts, real comfort and genuine hope, helping us get through life's toughest moments. And the great thing is, he doesn't just leave it there as some abstract idea. He gets super specific. He actually gives us a list of tangible things of beauty that can be our medicine, and they're things that anyone, anywhere can find. First up, he turns to the natural world, and his list is just so simple, so wonderfully accessible. He's talking about the sun, the moon, old and young trees giving us shade, daffodils, clear little streams, ferns growing in the forest, the smell of musk roses. These aren't some exotic, hard-to-find things. They are literally all around us. And this really illustrates his point perfectly. He focuses on these timeless, simple things. I mean, think about the universal comfort of just seeing the sun or the moon, or feeling the coolness of a clear stream on a hot day. These things offer such a simple, powerful relief from those o'er-darkened ways he was talking about.
Okay, but then he makes this really fascinating pivot. Because for Keats, beauty isn't only about the natural world. There's another incredibly powerful source of it.
He says, beauty is also found in the grandeur of the dooms we have imagined for the mighty dead. So what on earth does that mean? Well, he's talking about the awe-inspiring stories, the epic legends of heroes and martyrs, people who died bravely for a cause they believed in. Their tragic endings are actually beautiful because their legacy is just that powerful.
And this all leads us to the poem's most powerful, most climatic image. He takes all these different kinds of beauty, from nature, from stories, and he wraps them all up into one incredible metaphor.
First, just to appreciate his skill as a poet, check out this phrase, mighty dead. It's a perfect oxymoron, right? He's pairing two words that seem to contradict each other. How can the dead be mighty? Well, because their heroic actions, their stories, and their legacy gives them a power that lasts long after death.
And now here's the big finish, how he brings it all together. He says all these things, nature, heroic tales, are like an endless fountain of immortal drink, pouring unto us from the heaven's brink. Just wow, let that incredible image sink in for a second. So this endless fountain of immortal drink, what is it? It's his metaphor for the bottomless supply of inspiration, wisdom, and joy that flows from all beautiful things. Doesn't matter if it's the sun, a flower, or an epic story. This drink is a life-giving gift that nourishes our souls, and the best part is, it never, ever runs out.
So, the big question, why does a 200-year-old poem about flowers and legends matter to us, right here, right now? It matters because Keats is basically handing us a prescription for a better life. Seriously, think of it as a 4-step guide. Step 1, acknowledge the gloomy days. You don't pretend the bad stuff isn't there. You see it for what it is. Step 2, you have to actively search for your own shape of beauty. It's an intentional act. You make a choice to notice the good. Step 3, let that beauty be what he calls a flowery band that connects you back to the world, that gives you meaning. And finally, step 4, you let it become a real, reliable source of joy and strength in your life. And this really is the whole point. Keats gave us his list, the sun, the moon, epic stories, but his real message is an invitation for us to find our own. So the question he leaves us with is this: what's your endless fountain? Where do you find the beauty that lifts the darkness from your spirit?